Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's NXT broadcast live on the CW from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, A-Town Down Under defeated Trick Williams and NXT champion Oba Femi, with Williams taking the pin. After the match, Eddie Thorpe ran in to confront Femi, then attacked Williams to end the show. Bayley and Charlotte Flair were also there from the main roster, taking part in a promo segment with Roxanne Perez and Julia before Cora Jade attacked with a kendo stick, prompting Bayley to demand a match with her for next week.
Oh, wait a minute! Oh! Cora Jade!
Well, talk about statements, Graves. One being made by Cora Jade.
Roxanne Perez, Cora's longtime friend, begging for mercy. Whoa!
Cora Jade not messing around.
Cora just tried to take Roxy's head clean off.
Well, think about what Roxanne Perez just said. When it came to Cora Jade, with the Queen looking on, has Cora Jade just called her shot.
TNA's Johnny Dango Curtis, the former Fandango, made a surprise appearance during a promo by Heritage Cup champion Lexis King, in which he informed King that he has a match with him next week for the Cup.
Let me reintroduce myself. You see, I used to get real weird here in NXT. And that music right there, it means the world to me. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Whoa.
Kalani Jordan initially won her match with Carmen Petrovic by submission using the crossface chicken wing, but was then disqualified for refusing to release the hold. In other results, Stephanie Vacour beat Jayce Jane, Ridge Holland pinned Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and Sol Ruca and Zarya defeated Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. In ratings news, Monday Night Raw's January 27th episode drew 2.9 million streaming views on Netflix last week, according to an official announcement. That includes 6.6 million total hours viewed. That's down from the previous week's total viewership of 3 million with 6.6 million total hours viewed. Last week's episode finished 9th globally for the week on Netflix and was in the top 5 in 5 different countries. Last Saturday's AEW Collision running against the Royal Rumble drew an audience of 197,000 at TNT, according to WrestleNomics. That's the third lowest audience the show has ever seen in its normal time slot, and a drop of more than 20% from the previous week's audience of 250,000. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .04, down from .07 for the week before. In injury news, Mina Shirakawa was hurt at Stardom's 14th anniversary show held Sunday at Korakuen Hall, according to an official announcement. She will reportedly be out of action for an unspecified period of time. The nature of the injury was not made known. And finally, in more news from Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling presented Night 7 of the Road to the New Beginning yesterday in Tokyo's Korakuen Hall. The main event saw El Desperado successfully defend the IWGP World Junior Heavyweight title against Kosei Fujita. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.